according to Samsco, and I'm going to take your word for it because I know you play a lot of heavies, and I don't play any or know that much about them.
No,
So
no,
if you're spitting facts on me, I'm just going to listen. So here we go. Ganon's the worst heavy. He's not on the screen right now. Haven and Syrup are, and here you go. Here's that Mega Man you were just talking about.
Yeah, I mean that's what we got. He played it in round 2 as well, so Mega Man just seems to be the character of the week for Syrup. I know he's been experimenting with a lot of characters. Like he'd been playing Lucas in a couple of brackets as just like, hey, I'm gonna be playing Lucas this week, so here we are. Maybe it's Mega Man this week.
We'll see. I think Mega Man's a really what's the word I'm looking for? I feel like untapped character, maybe. Just plays so differently than everyone, and does have some pretty bad matchups. But there's a lot of creativity in Mega Man too. You'll see most commonly a lot of just like the zoning stuff, which a lot of people generally hate. Hate to watch, hate to play. But there are ways to play Mega Man creatively, man. There's even some movement options you wouldn't think are there. With like rush coil and stuff. I think the character's cool, but I'm also very biased.
No, total bias showing here. Huge Mega Man fan. Love the classic games. Love the X games. Have not played Legends, but really dug Battle Network. So Mega Man's really sick. I love how his kit is put together. It can be a little bit unorthodox to play, but putting time into Mega Man, I feel like is so rewarding because everything starts to get put together, and you can utilize a lot of his more like awkwardly amazing parts of his kit. Like Mega Man's ridiculously fast standing grab is so wild. Having a frame 4 back air is just like wild. Why wouldn't that be a good thing? On top of it being a multi-hit that kills, case in point.
Yeah, man. Honestly, he's a real charmer. Look at this guy. I know he's a robot, but like, look how pleasant he is. He's just nice to look at. I think Mega Man's a great character, both in game and just out of game. But honestly, dude, I gotta tell you, as someone who just sort of has seen Corrin and forgets that they're in the game, watching Haven play Corrin does make me wonder, because I think the only top-level Corrin play we've really seen is probably Cosmos that one time at Glitch. Outside of that, I don't think we've ever really seen Corrin. But I don't know, watching Haven play Corrin does sort of make me a bit of a believer. Haven's just a really good player, but there's some stuff, and then especially with Pyramithra out, you would think, you would think that like no one would want to use Corrin because some of the setups are very similar, where you're just sort of like down tilting, up airing, and juggling like that, especially with like Mithra. But apparently the character still has utility. Corrin's still on the roster and still usable, according to Haven.
Yeah, it's hard to really go away from the she's a Fire Emblem character with some good sword aerials.
Damn.
And what more do you need from that? Like you have good range. You got good frame data. The moves that should kill do. Like you have a killing up air, killing back air. The moves that win neutral do. Strong nair, strong forward air. Little extra spice, pin, for instance. Back air's weird reverse momentum stuff, but it's the opposite of Mega Man, where while Mega Man does play a really strong game plan, it's very unique to Mega Man.
Yeah,
Corrin
100%.
is not very unique, but that doesn't mean it's not good.
I think that's pretty well said. Yeah, I don't know. I guess Corrin does sort of have that going for them. It's weird because you really just don't see it.
No.
I still don't know. I mean, I know there's a lot of like Wi-Fi it's a big world of Wi-Fi out there. I know that much. And I know there's still, despite me doing this every week, there's still a lot of it I don't know. So there might be some really good Corrins out there. I could just tell you firsthand, I barely see them.
Yeah, I mean, if you have fundamental counterplay, then if you can counterplay Lucina, you can counterplay Corrin. Like they're very similar in that regard.
That makes sense to me.
There's some.
As you say it.
There's some like extra stuff that Corrin has. Dragon Fang Shot and the Dragon Fang Claw, I think, or whatever it's called, itself is pretty crazy. And with the fair buff of 8.0, I think it was, or 8.1, there's now combos into it, so that's extra spicy. Kill confirms are always good. I mean, character could always juggle well. That up air is huge. I'm with you though. Like, there's so many characters in this roster, and there's so many like really dynamic and interesting ones with variable game states and interesting game plans. And you pick Corrin?
It's strange. You know what the strangest thing to me about Corrin is, and this is very unrelated to anything gameplay.
You're dead. You're not dead. Mega Man's heavy.
Dude, Mega Man's very heavy. Like, kind of survives a lot of things you think that he wouldn't, but...
Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're fine. The funny thing about Corrin is I remember during Frostbite, which was technically Nintendo sponsored, you have to be careful which like victory fairs you let play. Like, for example, the obvious ones, like you couldn't like Clouds because I guess they didn't have like the rights for like a Nintendo sponsored event. And then the other two are gonna sound so confusing to you because they're confusing to me. But one of them, it does involve Corrin, which is a Nintendo game, which is like so. But they couldn't have the victory fair of Corrin, and Lucas was the other, which makes sense a little bit more so.
Yeah, Mother 3, I guess, makes sense because Nintendo is kind of like the creator of Mother. It's like he's weird, dude. He's a weird guy, but he like partner owns it. Fire Emblem is
well, so it's Awakening in particular.
Oh, Awakening.
Or I'm sorry, no,
That's
Fates. I'm sorry, yeah, you were right.
Fates.
Yeah.
Music.
Yo, oh my God, that was like a really good read. Knowing you can land on that platform, man. That up smash just feels so underwhelming. Corrin's up smash feels so underwhelming to me.
But it does have the charge hitbox. I think it's more important because you're meant to charge it up since it has the chainsaw on startup.
I was saying up smash. It doesn't have like a huge range, and it's very pokey at the end. But well, I guess it does damage. Chasing with the back air. Oh my God, that was almost a really good play coming out from Syrup. Just didn't quite connect. Had the right idea. And honestly,
yeah, especially going with back air for edge guarding. If you have any multi-hit that can trade with Corrin's up B, then it will semi-spike Corrin and she'll just die.
Oh, man. Yeah, I forget who Syrup was playing the last time they were in bracket. It was someone that wasn't Ness. Maybe it was Lucas. Or someone, there may have been another character too. I actually really appreciate that Syrup will come out and just try the secondaries. I always advocate for that for these tournaments where I'm just like, you know, it's free to enter. Nothing really. Oh my God, that looked very cool. Free to enter, not that much at stake. Might as well try out the other characters, give yourself that setting. But that is going to be Haven taking it 2-0 over. I don't know how new this Mega Man is of Syrup, but yeah. Moving on into top 16 is going to be Haven.
What was that, bro?
Yeah, I was just trying to queue up the replays as I was on like. Haven's been on the hard grind with this character. I know that much.
And like I get it, right? You know, you don't have your Wario gets nerfed. You go for a new character, try out some stuff. But
well, this was out before Wario got nerfed. Actually, that's just
true.
This is true. To work out because I know this has been a couple weeks in the making. Because I think Haven took top 8. I forget how many weeks ago. A few weeks ago though, before the patch.
Definitely on the road to do it again because that Corrin looked crispy.
Corrin looked very good.